In response to Western alliances like NATO and the EU, a new coalition known as Axis is emerging among Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. These nations, often in opposition to Western powers, are strengthening their diplomatic, economic, and military ties in what seems to be a coordinated effort to challenge U.S. influence and counter Western sanctions. At the heart of this developing alliance is Russia, which is actively enhancing relationships with China, Iran, and North Korea, particularly in light of its ongoing conflict with Ukraine. Leading this diplomatic push is Sergey Shoygu, Secretary of Russia's Security Council, whose recent visits to Pyongyang and Tehran highlight Russia's commitment to these partnerships. In Iran, Shoygu met with President Masoud Pezeshkian, who vowed to seriously pursue continued cooperation and take steps to elevate relations between the two nations. President Pezeshkian emphasized that stronger ties with Moscow would mitigate the effects of sanctions, signaling a long-term partnership with Russia. Both countries have faced heavy Western sanctions, and Pezeshkian's remarks that relations between Tehran and Moscow would evolve in a permanent, continuous, and lasting manner highlight the strategic depth of their cooperation. My government will seriously follow ongoing cooperation and measures to upgrade the level of relations between the two countries. Relations between Tehran and Moscow will develop in a permanent, continuous, and lasting way. Deepening and strengthening relations and cooperation between Iran and Russia will reduce the impact of sanctions. Western officials have raised concerns that Iran might be supplying Russia with ballistic missiles for use in Ukraine, although Tehran denies these claims. The possibility of technology transfers between the two nations is a major source of concern for Western powers. US and UK officials are also discussing the potential risk of Russia sharing nuclear technology with Iran. North Korea's role in the Axis alliance was underscored by Kim Jong-un's meeting with Sergey Shoygu, where both leaders discussed regional and international issues and agreed to deepen cooperation to protect their mutual interests. While Western nations accuse North Korea of providing military aid to Russia, both countries deny these claims, despite the growing military collaboration indicated by Shoigu's visit in July 2023.
The Comprehensive Partnership Agreement signed today provides, among other things, for mutual assistance in the event of aggression against one of the participants in this document. In this regard, the Russian Federation does not rule out the development of military technical cooperation with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in accordance with the document signed today. As a result of today's meeting, a new interstate agreement on comprehensive strategic partnership was signed.
China's role in this emerging alliance is vital, given its economic power and increasing global influence. Russian President Vladimir Putin's meeting with Wang Yi, a senior Chinese official in St. Petersburg, underscores the significance Moscow places on its relationship with Beijing. Putin stressed the ongoing deepening of the Russia-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, highlighting collaboration across multiple sectors. The convergence of Russian and Chinese interests in promoting a multipolar world and opposing what they view as Western dominance is a key driver behind their growing ties.
We have, more than once, pointed out that the Russia-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership of Coordination for the new era is in the best period in history. The relationship between Russia and China is built on the principle of equality, mutual benefit, and respect for each other's sovereignty. Our cooperation does not target any third party, nor have we formed any bloc or alliance. We act on the commitment of serving the interests of our two peoples.
Iranian President's recent remarks emphasized the economic aspect of this emerging alliance. Drawing on the historical Silk Road, Pezeshkian expressed Iran's ambition to reconstruct the ancient trade routes, focusing on modernizing them with upgraded infrastructure and technology. This vision closely aligns with China's Belt and Road Initiative, signaling potential for greater economic integration among these nations. Most of our relations are with China, Russia, and neighboring countries. We want to build the same highways that existed before on the Silk Road, and now we want to advance it with proper facilities and access and technologies. We will definitely be a strategic partner with China. We will try to implement what is written, and cooperation will increase. The growing ties between Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea have caused concern in Western capitals. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Kurt Campbell has briefed senior EU and NATO officials on intelligence, suggesting that Russia is aiding China with advanced military technologies, including submarine missile systems and stealth capabilities. European officials are especially worried about how these partnerships might strengthen the military power of nations they consider adversary. Russia's willingness to share advanced military technology with China and potentially Iran represents a notable shift in Moscow's traditional stance of closely guarding such expertise. As this emerging power axis continues to take shape, its full impact on global geopolitics remains uncertain. The combination of Russia's military technology, China's economic strength, Iran's energy resources, and North Korea's military support could pose a serious challenge to Western interests. However, the alliance is not without its own difficulties, such as historical mistrust among some members and the potential for conflicting agendas. As the global community monitors these developments, the actions of this alliance will undoubtedly influence international relations in the years ahead. The evolving dynamics within this alliance could shift the balance of power, particularly in regions where Western influence has traditionally been strong. The strategic cooperation between these nations, especially in areas such as military development, economic partnerships, and energy resources, may lead to a new geopolitical landscape. If successful, this alliance could challenge the dominance of existing Western-led institutions and reshape global trade, security arrangements, and diplomatic alliances. However, the cohesion of this alliance will depend on its ability to navigate internal challenges such as diverging national interests and external pressures from Western powers. The international community, particularly the US and its allies, will likely respond by bolstering their own alliances, adjusting diplomatic strategies, and reinforcing economic sanctions in an effort to counterbalance this growing bloc. As the world watches these developments, the emerging power axis could either strengthen into a formidable force or falter due to internal discord, ultimately determining its lasting influence on global affairs. Now, if you like this video, check out this next video right here.